Hey YouTube, this is Dave, and today I'm going to show you how to put an Apple TV in your car. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how you could stream internet video like Netflix or YouTube or Sling Player or whatever onto your Apple TV so that you could be displayed on your OEM car radio screen. So with this setup, I have a power inverter. It's a 300 watt power inverter. It has two household plugs like you see in your home, and you plug in the Apple TV to power the Apple TV. And we also have here an old first generation Airport Express. It also will power the converter that we have to use because Apple TV outputs HDMI, and we have to convert it over to RCA, and it needs a power source, so we're powering it with the Airport Express. Now this is an older version of the Airport Express, and a word of advice: if you buy one on eBay and you hit the reset button, be prepared to go to an old Windows PC and download a very early version of Airport Utility, because the new version of Airport Utility will not configure your old Airport Express. I'm going to make a video about that because that's pretty weird that you would think Apple will allow you to configure no matter how old the router is, but it is what it is. So this plugs into the cigarette adapter in your car and it will power that inverter. You have your Airport Express, you have your Apple TV, and your HDMI coming out being converted to RCA. So we have this setup here, and it's a great setup. We'll be able to AirPlay, we'll be able to AirPlay Mirror, we'll be able to stream internet content while we're AirPlay mirroring. And we can also send over the videos that we have stored on our Apple device. It works with any Apple device. Better if you're on 6.1, and if you're on the iPhone 5, it works even better. It has great quality. And the other option is to buy the Kivic One when it comes out in a couple of months. We're in second hardware beta testing, and we have like 3 firmwares in, and you know, it's making great progress. You can also do Android with this, so that's a plus. Right now it's working with the Samsung Galaxy 4 using direct Wi-Fi, and you know, it's nice. Apple TV, you can't do Android, but with the Kivic One you can. If you need more information about the Kivic One, you can watch my other videos, or you can visit Kivic One on Facebook. I think this is the way to go. Look, you only have a couple of wires here as compared to the Apple TV in this setup. They're both going to do exactly the same thing, and the important thing is I'm going to show you how to stream internet video using your 4G and LTE without having to have some sort of Wi-Fi connection in your car. We're only going to use the Wi-Fi from the Airport Express just to connect the iOS to the Apple TV. And same thing with the Kivic. We're also going to use just the Wi-Fi signal that it emits just to connect our iOS with the Kivic, and then both of them displaying out onto the OEM car radio screen. Alright, let me show you the setup in the car. So here we have the Apple TV, and it's connected with an HDMI, runs down in underneath. And it's also got the power that powers the Apple TV, runs down underneath. Now, what you see plugged into the cigarette adapter is a inverter, and that's so that you can change your AC to DC, or vice versa, and you can power up your Apple TV. Also down here, all the wires run down, and here you'll see that I have the inverter here. It's a 300 watt inverter. It has 2 household plugs. I plugged in first generation Airport Express, and here I have the Apple TV plugged in as well. And here I have a HDMI to RCA converter, and this also requires power, but I'm getting the power off the Airport Express. You need this to connect into your car. Unless your car already has an HDMI input, then that's fine. If not, then you have to use this to convert it to RCA. So everything's off now. Everything turns on when I turn the key on, and I'm going to show you that right now. So there's the Apple TV. And this is my radio. It's my Gig Media Center 430 RBZ, and it doesn't have navigation, but it does have satellite and DVD player, and I have a rear entertainment system which has a RCA input. And behind this radio, because it doesn't have an RCA or HDMI connection, I have what's called a Lockpick, and a Lockpick is a little box that bypasses the radio connections and allows you to have DVD in motion. When you put it into drive, you'll still see whatever's on your screen on the TV, including the Apple TV. And it also gives you a RCA input and an RCA output, so you can output to the back speakers. Now I have my Kivic One sitting up on top here, just to show you. Look at those wires, just a couple of wires. Now compared to the Apple TV, you got the inverter, you got that converter, and you got the Airport Express, and you got your Apple TV and all the wires and all that stuff. So with that said, let's do some boot up, and I'll show you how everything works. So I'll get my keys. the inverter powered up. It's powering up the Airport Express, and we're going to watch the iPhone and see the boot time for the Wi-Fi, and we'll put it on view video. It's on aux. It gives you the Lockpick gives you a TV tab right up here, and it's on Lockpick. It comes originally with the 30-pin connector, so you connect the 4S and older. And let's now keep an eye on this iPhone so that we can see it. And now the Airport Express is called the Carport Express. I switched the name. You need an old Windows computer with an old airport utility to enable this. So let's view video, and we'll see the Apple TV has boot up already, and there goes the car network, and it has a little check mark next to it. It means it auto connected right to the Apple TV. Now the Apple TV is connected to the Airport Express as well as the iPhone with Wi-Fi. It's not a real internet connection, not a web connection, but it's just a connection for the purposes of connecting the two devices to talk to each other. So now we have the iPhone, and what we're going to do is we're going to come out of Wi-Fi settings, and we're going to double tap. I have it set up right away. Now you'll see Apple TV and Carport Express. Carport is if you have a wired connection from the airport to the car with the aux jack maybe, but we're going to select Apple TV, and we're going to select mirroring, which was already selected. So now we're mirroring our iOS to the car without a web connection. I keep saying without a web connection because I want people to understand that, like in your home, you have a Wi-Fi router, but it has an internet connection. You can connect to the web. You cannot connect to the web this way, but you can, the way I'm going to show you, play internet video, because I'm going to show you how to pass through and use your 4G on your phone, get internet content like YouTube and Netflix, and shoot it over via the non-web Wi-Fi right to your screen. And the only way to get internet video is to mirror, like we're doing now. If you were not mirroring and you turned it off, but you're still connected to Apple TV, you'll be able to play any content that is stored when you sync your device. Like if you put a movie on, ripped it from a DVD and put it onto your iTunes and then put it onto your device. You can do that without mirroring, but if you want internet connection, and if you want internet content like videos from Netflix, you have to be Airplay mirroring, just like with the Kivic. So let's mirror now, and you'll see that we're mirrored here, and let's do a quick demo of internet video. So we'll go to the YouTube app, and you see that we have a video up there already. Let's just play it. We'll skip the ad, and we'll see that now you'll be able to play video from the internet. And you know, usually you have to have some sort of connection. So here's one of my videos. I'll hit the landscape button, and it's going to landscape. Sorry. It's going to landscape.
YouTube this Dave, and today I'm going to show you another tweak that you get from.
Sorry, we're going to landscape, and this is coming from the internet. Now the internet connection, of course, in my driveway is horrible. I live in the country, farmland everywhere, and you know, but it is working, and we are mirroring, and we are sending internet video over to the Apple TV, and it is playing right there.
Will allow you to download songs from offline.
Right there. So there you have it.
Songs.
Now let's do another one. Let's do music. Now Pandora, you don't have to be Airplay mirroring. That's the only exception. You can only, it's called AirTunes. And now we're playing Pandora. Apple allows music to be streamed from the internet with these apps without having mirroring. Now we're mirroring there, but if you wanted to, you can non-mirror and still do Pandora, but you won't get any album artwork. So, which is not bad. Now let's do some other app. Plays in the background. Let's do Sling Player, in case you want to watch TV in your car. I'm going to put the phone down right here for a second. Now the inverter makes a little noise. I have the air conditioner on, so don't let that be a judge. So I'm going to connect to my Sling Player, and I'm not mirroring right now, so we're going to get an error message. Because once again, when you do an internet, you have to Airplay Mirror. See, it's not going to do it. We double tap and we hit mirroring. Now we're going to mirror. Now we can mirror our Sling Player app. So it is working. There's no internet connection, but we got a little setup here can see it's a little bit more cumbersome than the Kivic One, which will be released this summer. So beta testing. This is the second product, hardware product. It's been through 3 firmware versions, and hopefully everything gets going. Now, by the way, with the Kivic, you can also do your Samsung Galaxy 4. You can't do that with an Apple TV. You can't do AirPlay. So there it is. That's the demo. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. If there's something you want me to test out, we will test it out. And that will be that. I have SP rotator, so it's rotating the screen there. And that is my setup. You can use the remote, the hardware remote that comes with the Apple TV, but what for? You're just using this for AirPlay and AirPlay mirroring and AirTunes. But you also can use the remote app for your iPhone remote app for the Apple TV, and that works too. And that's it. As long as your iPhone and your Apple TV is connected to that webless router, Airport Express down there, then you can do AirPlay and AirPlay Mirror and AirTunes. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day.